right, so let's just get to the nitty gritty and just start out with, this is just the real tea, you guys. So I'm gonna spill it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to you, so here it is. And it's just, it doesn't feel good. So I begged the nurses to take it out and they were like, my girl, no, just in case something happens, like, we gotta keep that in. That's just like the rule, so.
In the night, you wake me up when the sun goes down. Feelings right, you wake me up when the sun goes down. Sleepless nights, you wake me up when the sun goes down. I can't help it, baby, not myself when the sun goes down. I can't, baby,
Hi babes, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the things that I wish I knew before I gave birth. So if you're new here, my name is Noelle and I am a mom of two babes, and one is 2 years old, his name is Noah, and then I have a 10-month-old and her name is Nola Roselyn. So if you're new here, I hope you really like this video. Make sure you like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's go ahead and let's just jump into the video. I also want to start out this video by saying everyone's experience is so different. Everyone's body is different. Everybody's baby is different. So this is just my experience, but I have seen this video a few times around YouTube, very comparable from what I've heard in other people's videos. So this is kind of what you can expect. Feel free to drop any comments, questions down below. I would love to answer them. I'm not a doctor by any means or anything like that, no medical professional, but I would love to answer your questions from my very own experience. All right, so let's just get to the nitty gritty and just start out with number one, and that would be, it was so hard. Oh, by the way, this video is gonna be TMI. If you are not into that, click out now, because we're talking about birth. So I really would hope that like you guys aren't like, you know, it's not gonna be a pretty conversation, okay? Birth is a hard thing to go through. And I don't mean to scare anybody either. I don't want to scare any of you babes out there that are pregnant and about to give birth, but this is just the real tea, you guys. So I'm gonna spill it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to you, so here it is. Number one, hard to pass stool. So it was really hard for me to be able to go to the bathroom for the first week or so. And it was for both kids as well. It was really hard. They prescribed me some stool softeners, which they usually will do because, like I said, it's just hard to go to the bathroom. So take the stool softeners is my best advice for you, and drink lots of water after birth as well. Number two, let's just talk about this since we're already talking about poo, right? Your first pee is so terrifying, especially if this is your first baby. But I want you guys to know it's gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna like fall or drop out, because that's the way you feel, like your insides are just gonna fall into the toilet. But I promise you it's not. Just take your time. What I had to do, it took me like a minute, like I don't know, a few hours after birth to actually be able to use the bathroom and pee. I just turned on hot water in the bathroom and let it run, and that really helped me, and just like kind of blocked everything out, got in my zone, and just had to go, because they make you pee. They want to make sure like you're good after birth. So yeah, that wasn't pleasant, but you have to do it. And I feel like it's also a mind thing, so kind of just let your mind go, relax, turn on the water, and just, girl, do your thing, okay? After contractions. Oh, let me grab this product that actually helped with that. So you just put it in your water or juice or whatever you're drinking, and it really helps with the after contractions. So a lot of people don't know, a lot of women think that you just go into labor, have your contractions, it hurts, but the more kids you have, the more after contractions you have, the worse that it is. So I really recommend that stuff, because after contractions are really painful and they make you a little bit mad because you're like, my baby's already here. But what it is your uterus just contracting back to its normal size, well, as best as it can anyway. So it can be irritating and annoying, but you will get through it. If you get that stuff, it definitely helps, especially if you're on baby like number 2 or 3, because it gets worse with the more kids that you have. So highly recommend that. If you're breastfeeding, your after contractions definitely come on stronger and they are a lot worse. So you guys got to get that after E stuff. That's all I really can say. How tired you are after pushing your baby out. I feel like that's kind of a given, but you really don't realize how tired you are. But at the same time, you are like, have so much adrenaline and just like on cloud 9 because you just gave birth to like the beautiful thing that you've been waiting for 9 months. So you're super tired, but girl, you get over it. I had to keep the IV in for 24 hours after I gave birth. Now, my veins are like kind of weird, so they had to put the IV like over here. And then with my son, I had like an IV right here, you guys, like over here and over here. And those are really, really, really painful spots because you're always moving. And then when you're trying to like hold your legs up to push, like your IV is like pulling on you, it's hurting, and it's just, it doesn't feel good. So I begged the nurses to take it out, and they were like, my girl, no, just in case something happens, like we got to keep that in. That's just like the rule. So I was not happy about that. But actually with Nola, they took it out a little bit earlier because it was my second baby and my body was doing fine. I hadn't had any blood clots, so they left it in for a long time though. It wasn't 24 hours, but it was probably about like 14 hours. So expect that as well. Nurses will keep coming in to check and push on your stomach. This is something they have to do to make sure that you are losing the right amount of blood, you don't have any blood clots, and you're not gonna like bleed out everywhere. They just wanna make sure that like there's no lumps or anything like that in there. So that's very important, very annoying, but you would definitely rather have them do it than not do it. So you just gotta let it happen. Take a deep breath. It does hurt. It's very uncomfortable, but you just gotta do it. You just gotta. So it was really hard for me to arch my back and stay still while I was getting my epidural. So keep that in mind. I was having contractions while they were giving me my epidural, so it could be really hard to stay still while you're having like a very strong contraction and they're putting like a huge needle in your back. So honestly, I just took myself to a different place, like the beach or something, and just really tuned everybody out. I grabbed onto my husband, did what they said, and just took a deep breath, and it was over before I knew it, and I felt so much better. I highly recommend an epidural if you're a first-time mom giving birth, because my girl, it's painful, okay? So think about that. You don't have to, but just think on it. About the epidural is you might not be able to have your partner in the room with you while you get it. Now, this wasn't the case for me, but I have talked to a lot of other moms, and unfortunately this was the case for them. So I was very blessed to be able to have my husband in there, but they kicked everybody else out. No one else can be in there. But you might not be able to have your spouse in there, so ask your doctor ahead of time so you could be like mentally prepared. So there's a lot about the epidural. The epidural made me throw up both pregnancies. Now, I mean, that's not a big deal. I made it into the bag. I knew I was starting to feel nauseous, and I kind of expected it the second time with Nola, and like I expected, I definitely did get sick and threw up a few times with each labor. So, but I felt so much better after. So, I mean, it was kind of like whatever. It was a win-win. You feel better after you throw up, for sure. The epidural also slowed down the process of both of my births. Now, I would rather have that than be in excruciating pain, so I really didn't mind it too much. But if you are getting an epidural, definitely expect to have your labor progression slowed down a bit, maybe even by hours. For me, it slowed down by hours and hours and hours. But honestly, I'd rather be more comfortable than in some serious pain. So just gotta pick which one is better. No eating during labor, you guys. I was so hungry with Noah. I ate Taco Bell before, so I wasn't that bad. But then later on in the night, I was in labor for at least 24 hours at the hospital, and then I labored at home for 24 hours. So 2 days I was in labor, and you can't eat. They won't let you eat once you get there. So my girl, I was hungry. My best advice is make sure you eat before you leave to the hospital. No matter how much pain you're in, like eat in the car, like you are gonna wanna eat, I promise you. I had to watch people eat pizza in front of me, like order a pizza and eat it. It was like It was torture, but after I had the baby, I ate as much as I wanted to, and it was all good and totally worth the wait. Another thing with Nola, I wasn't allowed to have any water. Yes, my girl, I said water. I was so thirsty. Like with Noah, I was able to have as much water as I wanted. Now they do this because they don't want you to have stuff in your stomach, any substance, just in case you have to have a C-section, because an emergency C-section. So they'll already like wheel you off. You already have your epidural. They'll just cut you up and take the baby out. So this is the reason why, because there can be complications if you did eat or drink before you have that procedure done. So that's why they do it. I understand, but it was very challenging because I was so thirsty in both of my labors. Like it was crazy. They did allow me to have ice cubes, and one nurse did sneak me some water with Nola's birth because she felt bad. But yeah, your girl was really thirsty. The pushes felt so long. Like they count to 10, right? 1, 2, 3, but even slower than that, you guys. So the pushes felt like they were 40 seconds long of me just pushing just one push. But honestly, it is so worth it once you hear that baby cry, or when they are, you know, egging you on and just telling you and cheering you like, oh, I see the hair, I see the hair, like keep going. Like the best feeling ever when you push that baby out. I'm starting to get all emotional, but like seriously, you guys, the best feeling in the world. No filming during birth. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys would want to film your birth, but of course I'm a YouTuber, so if I would want to do that. So a little disappointed when you find out you can't film your birth. It's not like that everywhere, but it does happen just because of HIPAA, you know, the privacy laws and the health care industry. They have to respect that. So some hospitals will let you film it, some will only let you take pictures. But next birth, we are definitely sneaking it and filming it. So just so you guys know. I mean, I won't show you anything like nasty like down there, but you know, I'll show you guys some of the process and probably the pushing. Anyway, so that's really all I had to say about birth, you guys. Don't be scared. I hope I didn't scare you. It's an amazing journey, and you guys will be so happy after it's done. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video, and congratulations if you're pregnant. It's the best, you guys. It's a lot of work, but it's the best. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button. It really helps your girl out. Subscribe, all that good stuff, bell notification. I'm annoying. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Drop any comments, questions you have down below. I would love to answer them. Bye.